Render has recently broken to a new all-time high, and personally, I don't see this momentum slowing down anytime soon. In this video, we're going to very quickly discuss what the Render network is and why Render tokens have been appreciating in value so much lately. Hint, hint, it's right in front of us. Next, we're going to discuss price action. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to talk about these new all-time highs, which, in good timing, we're reaching new ones as I'm recording this video. You'd love to see it. But more importantly, the primary reason I want to take a look at the charts today is to talk about potential short-term pullback targets for those of you who may want to pick up your first Render tokens, or for those of you who just want to load up on your bags and dollar cost average down a little bit. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Render's place in the crypto market. It has achieved number 31, which is crazy. Talk about their market cap and talk about why their market cap plays into my overall 2024-2025 price targets for Render. And on that note, I want to talk about why I believe a $100 Render token is entirely possible. And to reinforce that argument a little bit, I want to talk about some other crazy valuations that we've seen in the past that make far less sense than Render reaching $100, okay? And once again, we'll play the market cap into these price targets as well. Also, I do want to discuss, to keep it a little more timely, the upcoming Nvidia conference. This is the primary culprit, I would say, or, primary catalyst is a better word to use, more positive, that has led Render to these new all-time highs. At least that's what many believe. That's what I myself believe. And I do think that this Nvidia conference, where to go, Nvidia conference could spur Render token to levels that, we once maybe thought crazy just a few months back. Okay, it's going to be a fun one, team. At the very end of the video, we will do a little bit of celebration. Excited for that too. For those of you who aren't aware, Render token has been Waves Capital's #1 holding for almost, over 2 years now. I think I posted my first video on Render token in 2021. So just want to let those of you who may be new around here know that we're not just jumping on the bandwagon. This has been our largest crypto holding over at Waves Capital for years, and it just feels so good and so validating to see the price action that we're seeing now and the momentum that we're seeing. So I'm excited for what's ahead, guys. If you do want to know what's in literally my entire personal portfolio, if you want the daily newsletters that we're going to read over at the end, the trade alerts, I'll just give you guys a little taste of what a daily trade alert looks like over Waves Capital. Every single trading day, trading options, trading cryptocurrencies. If you want access to this, if you want to become a member of Waves Capital for real, then that's the first link in the description of this video. It's my complete portfolio and daily trade alerts and email newsletters. If you don't know how to trade options, then I recommend you learn. I did as good of a job to make this as comprehensive and simple as possible, and I will likely raise this price come summer, so just a heads up on that. My complete portfolio, daily trade alerts, email newsletters, exactly as it states. You get everything that this box here entails for $15 a month or for $40 for every 3 months. It's completely up to you if you choose to sign up. If you do become a member, amazing. Welcome to the team. If you're an existing member, please share your little testimonials or just share your experience below. It can be good or bad, but times have been good, guys. I'm excited for what the future weeks and months have in store for us over at Waves Cap. And as always, I'm just pumped to ride with you guys. For the last time, link is the first in the description. If you join, great. If not, no worries. I appreciate you watching this video now. Okay. What is the Render network? Advancing the next generation of rendering and AI technology. Okay. This is all good. This was what initially turned us on to Render token years back. And now that the AI momentum and it's not just AI hype, it's really tangible, fundamental AI, artificial intelligence-based progress that's evident in Nvidia's recent earnings call. Like the hype is real, but it doesn't only talk the talk, it walks the walk too, right? The fundamentals are there, the numbers are there. But I just want to say that the primary reason I invested in Render initially, or what really appealed to me about Render, was their team. Okay, this is Jules Urbach. This is Render's founder. He's also the founder of Otoy, which is a very, very successful company within this space. The founder is extremely competent. You want to bet not only on the car, but on the driver as well. And Jules Urbach was a big reason that I invested in the beginning, and the team as well. In his words, the Render network creates a much more efficient, powerful, and widely scalable Render network. Let's really quickly look at the team, and then we'll move on here. But again, Jules Urbach, founder. You have Ari Emanuel, CEO of Endeavor Group. He's arguably one of the most powerful men because he's one of the most powerful men in entertainment, one of the most powerful men in the world. J.J. Abrams, Brendan Eich, founder and CEO of Brave Bowser. This team is strong, okay? Once again, I just made the car driver, jockey, horse, whatever metaphor you want to use, analogy you want to use. The team is strong, and you always want to bet on a good team because ultimately you can have a good product. If you have a trash team, it's not going to do much. Okay, so that's Render, you guys. If this is your first time learning about Render, either go watch some of my earlier videos or go go read the white paper. Go to the knowledge base, go to the rendernetwork.com and read it for yourself. But you always want to know as much as possible if you're putting your money, your hard-earned money, into an asset. Okay, Render, dude. God, this is so good to see. We just we're reaching new all-time highs literally as I'm recording. I couldn't ask for more. $12.40 as I record this video in the last 24 hours. At least as far as trading view is concerned, it's up almost 19% now. Amazing. Okay, so real quickly, I'm really not going to spend much time here. I'll just give you guys my price target right now for potential dip buy. Previous lines of resistance become new lines of support. For those of you who are also new around here, if you don't believe in the efficacy or validity of stick figure trend lines, then you simply, in my opinion, haven't been trading technicals for long enough, or you haven't been looking at charts for long enough. Okay. Previous lines of resistance, especially one that's this significant, this was in play for many months. You can see once we broke above this line of resistance, that's when we really started going parabolic, and there was in somewhat of a blue sky territory. This line of resistance, this cyan or blue line, I do believe will come into play as new support. Now, that said, Render, because there's so much hype, we're reaching literally new all-time highs by the second. It could keep running. And typically when you see rallies like this happen, they can last anywhere from 7 to 10 days. So we could see Render just continue to rip over the next, it started on the 6th. So just say to the 16th. We could see this rally last from the 16th to the 20th, okay? That's not fact. That is just my speculation over the years of trading kind of these hype cycles. Realistically speaking, Render is in a hype cycle right now, so that's very important to understand, okay? We're in price discovery mode. Render is one of the greatest performing cryptos in the market. More new eyes, new faces, new capital is flowing into the token. That creates for somewhat of a manic environment, so you need to stay on your toes. Get excited, celebrate once again, but you need to stay on your toes and don't be shy of taking some profits, okay? Really, at least, even if it's 5 or 10% of your position, if you got in like at sub $1, like a lot of us did over at Waves Capital, then don't just take some profits, okay? Just break even at least on your position, and then you're playing with the house money, right? That's how you should do it, at least in my opinion. I don't want to tell you what to do. That's what I do, okay? Anyway, that little don't get greedy rant aside. My profit target, not my profit target. My pullback target for Render is going to be this previous line of resistance as new support. Again, maybe we rip over the next few days. Maybe we rip for another week. Okay. Regardless, I do think that once the bubble, it's not a bubble, but once the mania, it kind of is a mania. Like once this bubble, this mania bubble pops, this emotion-driven rally kind of comes to a halt or cools down, I do believe that this line of previous resistance could come into play as new support. So from current levels, if say we correct to it over the next few days, that would take us down, 25-30%, especially when something rallies like this. A 25 to 30% correction is pretty much just par for the course. It's very rare for that not to happen for an asset like this. So that said, I do think that Render will reach much higher levels than it's at now. Hey, maybe we don't even see a correction, as I said, for the next few weeks. If this Nvidia conference that we're going to discuss really sheds light on Render, it could last for even longer. So I just want to put those caveats in here. From a pure technical perspective, my price target is going to be this line of broken resistance as new support. That would bring us down. If just say we hit it by the end of the month, that would take us just under $10, around to like the $9.90 level. But again, we could rip to $15, $20, $25 before we even see that. So this is all just speculation. I'm just saying in the short term, if you do see a pullback, this area would be my target. So that said, let's talk about my longer term targets. Okay. God, Render just keeps climbing. Render, 4.74, that's my lucky numbers, $4.74 billion market cap. We have reached number 31 on the crypto rankings, ranked 31st out of all 8,958 active cryptocurrencies. You'd love to see that. As far as volume is concerned, it's number 21 in overall trading volume. That's amazing as well. Again, you want that volume. You want that excitement. You want that momentum. That leads to price discovery. That ultimately leads to that cascade effect, to the wave effect that creates for these hype cycles. And that's, again, I say hype cycles. There is fundamentals to back these hype cycles, but you're delusional if you don't think that we're reaching some pretty excited, hype-driven price action right now. Okay, that's just the reality of this. If you don't think so, just wait. But anyway, I've said before and I'll say it again that my price target for Render is not necessarily a share price or a price per token. It is a market cap. And my price target has been a market cap of $10 billion. Now, with this momentum, with all the hype behind AI, with this upcoming Nvidia conference that we'll discuss right after this, I do think that we can get further than that. And that's why at the beginning in the little intro, I featured this, okay? This is the peak market cap of Dogecoin back in 2021. Peak fuckery, straight up, okay? $90 billion. Though it began as a lighthearted joke, Dogecoin's market value has skyrocketed over the years, reaching an all-time high market cap of nearly $90 billion in May of 2021. Okay? That's bonkers. Dogecoin, again, it had Elon behind it. This is actually a hype bubble. This is a true hype bubble, okay? Because Dogecoin didn't have any intrinsic value. There was no set supply cap on Dogecoin. You could just keep printing them. This is probably this will be looked back on in like Harvard Business School and economics books as like one of the craziest things that will probably ever happen in financial history, if I'm being honest, okay? But this just speaks to what can happen when people get excited about something, right? Render is only at a market, again, Dogecoin, literally no value aside from what people like say, oh, it's the dollar. Like value is only what value is dictated solely by demand. If people dictate it valuable, it is valuable. I don't believe, like, that's BS. Dogecoin had no intrinsic value, and it's a stupid project. Render token has tangible value. The Render network, again, I'm not going to go over the intricacies of of the process of how Render, like how this plays. Kind of, it's almost a mining in a sense, but with tokens. I'm not going to go over that now, but again, just go watch earlier videos. Regardless, there is tangible value in Render. Obviously, it's growing alongside the overall AI trend. It is based objectively in AI, and it only makes sense that as AI progresses, likely exponentially, this is exponential progression, then Render and the Render network and Render tokens should increase like adjacently with that exponential growth of AI. And the price of Render tokens will obviously go up relative to what's going on in the Render network, okay? Little long-winded. Let's talk about that market cap, okay? So say Render was to reach half the price of Doge's market cap, okay? You know what? Let's just say, can Render reach $100 per token? Because that's what I said in the title, right? Can Render reach $100 per token? Right now, we're at about $12.50. Let's just say for easy-ish math, let's just 9x it, right? Okay, so 4.5 billion times 9. I guess we're looking at about 42 billion, right? Ish, okay? This is a bit like, don't, you can go just bust out your calculator and do the actual math, but like 42-ish billion dollars. That is less than half the price of what Dogecoin's peak market cap was, okay? And if we do that, that would equate to a Render token price of $100, okay? So I do think it's incredibly not likely. I'm not going to say likely. I do think it's entirely possible, maybe even plausible, that by 2025, because again, when the hype hits, it doesn't last forever. If you were in the markets in 2017 and 2021, you know this. Things go up, but once they start to fall, they fall pretty fast. And they can keep falling for a while, okay? Again, there is the fundamentals to back Render. I just wanted to make it very clear that once things get crazy, because I think they will get crazy, and I think a lot of us are going to make a lot of money, just make sure to do your best to stay rational in a heated environment, keep a cool head in the hot waters, and take some damn profits. Okay. That said, I do think just to round that out, I do think $100 render token is possible. That would equate to a market cap of around 40, like we'll just say 40 to $45 billion just for rough estimates. And again, that's still like half the market cap of what Dogecoin was at its peak for a project that has objective fundamental value in this world. Okay. Price predictions. No, not price predictions. That's what this article is called. I really just wanted to reference this article because it's talking about the Nvidia conference. Okay, so Nvidia is set to hold an AI conference that will last from March 17th through March 21st. Some crypto traders believe that the company intends to talk about crypto during this event. If that happens, it could be a positive catalyst for tokens tied to AI. While Nvidia and cryptos have a long history together, it's getting more serious with the company's push to AI. Crypto miners have already begun using Nvidia GPUs to mine tokens, and that has some wondering what the future holds for those interested in AI as well. Okay. Then I just wanted to quickly reference this single paragraph in this Forbes article. In these explosive times in stock market surges, let's look at where we might find the nuggets of new growth. Nvidia will focus on additional growth opportunities in inference processing, software edge, and automotive. Nvidia is nowhere peak AI, and that is an answer to, well, Nvidia GTC, which is the Nvidia conference, marked the peak of AI. You guys can just go read over this whole article for yourself. It's fairly lengthy, so I don't want to go over it here in this video. But to sum it up, I don't think, like you could think that this is a buy the hype, sell the news event. I'm not going to say that it's not if render absolutely roars into March 17th, which, is entirely possible if I'm being honest. It's only March 9th, the date of recording. If we rally for another week into this conference, then I would say, definitely take some profits because maybe it will be a buy the hype, sell the news event. So that said, I still believe that this conference will provide a lot of light around the render network, will expose many AI potential AI investors or those who are looking for exciting AI projects to render. We're already in that price discovery mode. Times are already exciting, and the waves. It's impossible to ignore the waves that are mounting on the horizon for render. Okay. That's the video, you guys. Let's celebrate real quick. Just pop some champagne. I said a while back, I've said this for, I think, months now, that once render broke above $10, I'll pop 10 bottles of champagne. I didn't pop 10 bottles, but I popped a few bottles as soon as it broke above $10. And, it's just a good reason to celebrate. So, congrats, you guys. This has been our play, and it's just, this has been our play. This has been Waves Cap's play for years now. And it's just so validating to see these things come to fruition. Obviously, there's a bit of luck involved in this. There always is whenever you're playing the investing game. There's always going to be luck. If you think it's just skill, you're delusional. We got lucky, but, we called it. We thought it was going to happen. So there's some skill involved too. Cheers, you guys. Cheers to the day. Cheers to the future. Cheers to the waves that are mounting on the horizon. And, again, it's not just render, it's the entire options portfolio as well. So for the last time, if you guys do want to join Waves Capital, if you want to trade crypto options, just regular stocks with me on a day-to-day basis, you want these daily newsletters that we just looked at right here, it's the first link in the description of the video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the comments downstairs. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.